The following is a presentation of DangerZone Productions.
Listen all you motherfuckers!
Welcome, young stupid one. You have been through many of the Jedi trials, but one such has been most trying on your conscience. I sense that there is still a great anger within you, stupid one. Tell me, to where does your anger lie?
My rage lies with Star Wars, The Old Republic.
Star Wars The Old Republic was one of those landmark games. When it was first coming out, you can bet that all I ever heard was how this game was going to leave the rest of the MMORPGs in the dust. Now, I'd be lying if I told you that I was super psyched for this game. To be honest, I was a little burnt out on the whole MMO concept. But then I tried the beta test and, well, needless to say, I was hooked. And here I am now, playing Star Wars The Old Republic. But as good as the game is, it still has quite a few annoying little aspects to it, and those are what I'm here to highlight. Okay, so let's start off by outlining some of the positive aspects of the game. First off, the character designs and overall look of each world is really damn good. The designers definitely took their time making sure to outline the little aspects of the worlds, and it shows. As soon as you boot up the game, you'll notice that you're given a choice to choose between the Sith Empire or the Galactic Republic. This whole good guy, bad guy choice thing kind of has manifested itself in many forms over the years in these kinds of games. I think ever since World of Warcraft, everybody's kind of taken up on the idea of letting you choose to be a crazy, baby strangling or the epitome of sweetness and sunshine.
Master? Everything else is
Definitely
fine.
one of the things
The
that
visceral
attracted a lot of
experience
people
of
to this
facing the
game
Lord's
is its
sentence
fully
continues
stocked
to
voice
terrify
cast.
me.
This
I
game is
relive it
chock
nightly
full
while
of
looking
dialogue,
at
and it definitely
Oh, I
helps
feel
build
such
on the
pleasure.
narrative of the
All I
story.
can think of is
And it
sharing
definitely
with you.
helps for those of
When I
us
feel
who,
pain,
you know, are
I
too
ache
lazy
be
to read.
consoled by you. I
Now
know
there
what
are
this is.
benefits to the conversations. Certain choices you make will give you either light side or dark side points. This brings me to my first grievance, as I've noticed that your companions that you get in the game don't really gain or lose light or dark side points as much as they just gain affection with you.
Special.
In fact, if you get your affection up high enough with certain companions, you can even, well,
Let's
make the
this
Kessel
right.
run,
This
if you know what I'm
once.
saying.
Let it build.
Giggity giggity goo!
Oh, shit! Darth Dover!
That's right, Jedi rodent. I've come to convert your so-called apprentice to the dark side.
Back off, man. This guy's turning to the light side.
That's what you think. Heat lightning.
You son of
And now for you, stupid one. You've outlined your positive aspects, but you know deep down inside of your heart, the anger flows. Now, tell me, your new master, what it is that just you off about this game. Come on, give in to the anger. Give in to the hate. Give in! Well, despite the positive aspects of the game, it does have its problems. It's aggravating, slightly sometimes infuriating.
Okay, first of all, you guys, I should go ahead and point out that the footage you're seeing is not actually from my gameplay. I had to borrow this stuff from YouTube because my screen capture program is for some reason not cooperating with the Old Republic right now. working to fix it. That takes care of that. Anyway, as far as problems with the game goes, there are some minor ones. Most of them are bugs and glitches. For instance, there's one glitch, as seen in this video, where it actually drops you completely off the map into, I guess, the negative zone or something. It's kind of similar to a glitch I've seen in DC Universe where you get thrown through the map. There's also another glitch that does kind of aggravate me from time to time, and it involves gathering resources. What it is you'll see a resource on the map, and yet you'll have no option to gather it. I've seen this a lot in dungeons and stuff. I mean, if you're gonna put the resource on the map, shouldn't you be able to use it? And if you're not gonna be able to use it, why the f should you put it on the map in the first place? Okay, the first thing I need to bring up is the starships. Now, don't get me wrong, the starships are actually pretty damn cool. But unfortunately, the starships also lose their grandeur pretty quick. You see, you get a starship as part of your class. It's part of the storyline, so getting it really isn't anything grand and spectacular, it's part of the story. I mean, if you could choose your own starship, that would be an interesting thing. And once you got it, you do get the option of loading it out with really nice little weapons and gadgets, and that's pretty cool. But that's where it stops. The customization just goes as far as weapons and armor. You don't get to change the look, you can't change the color, you don't get to change the inside. What you get is what you get. End of story. That's kind of lame. Especially considering that your starship is essentially your house in this game. You would think that they would give you the option of decking it out with some swag, but they don't. As far as the combat goes, it's okay. It's different, but it's okay. I don't know, there's something about the rail shooter style. I mean, it could be me nitpicking. I mean, after all, this coming from a guy who also reviewed Yar's Revenge, and I will admit that game did piss me off quite a bit. Now, the graphics and visuals during the dogfights are actually pretty damn cool, but it just kind of seems like a step back from Star Wars Galaxies, in which case you had complete full roaming freedom. That would have been a nice touch, but I digress. Another problem that I have with these starships is the fact that you can't take any of your friends on board. So if you've got a guy who's playing a Jedi counselor and you're playing a trooper and you wanted to show off your ship, hope they like viewing the outside, because that's as close as they're ever going to get, Jack. I mean, what is this? The second grade and your starship is like your super secret clubhouse that nobody else is allowed to see? What the Why can't I show them the inside of my ship? I can show people the inside of my house in World of Warcraft, but I can't show them my ship? That's retarded. Oh, and while we're on the subject of things that are retarded, I took a closer look at when your ships go into warp drive. Tell me what this reminds you of. Tom Baker be damned. Okay, I think it's at this point I should probably bring up the combat of the game. The combat is, well, actually it's pretty good. There's destructive objects in the game that you can use to take out entire swarms of enemies, and trust me, when you're running up an instance by yourself, this is a godsend, people. As for your companions, well, some of them are useful, some of them, well, aren't. In fact, they're completely useless. As I said before, right now the only two characters I'm playing on the game are the Smuggler and Sith Warrior, so I've only been able to see a couple of the companions. I found that my Smuggler main companion I've got right now, Corso, is actually pretty useful, whereas the robot, yeah, you're probably only going to be using him to do, like, crafting missions. As for Vet, the Sith Warrior companion, I found her to be fairly useful at times. I also found a bug in the game where, in the middle of combat, if your character or your companion is knocked down, there's some kind of weird-ass bug that makes your character or companion constantly fall down after attacking. I mean, what the hell's their problem? Are they running out of breath? Is the fact that they're being attacked too much for them to handle? And that's not even counting the fact that the camera hates you. For some reason, I found right in the middle of combat, when I'm trying to shoot an enemy, especially when I'm trying to shoot an enemy, the camera decides to change angles from straight ahead so I can see what I'm shooting at, to giving me a nice shot of my ass while I'm attacking. And no, I don't have any footage of this because, as I said before, my screen capture program is on the fritz, so you'll have to take my word for it. Hell, some of you've probably experienced it. I mean, how would you like this to happen to you in the middle of a fight? I don't think so. Well, that's pretty much all I really have to grieve about at this point.
Yes, yes, your hate, it pleases me. Now, complete your journey to the dark side, stupid one. You would never, ever submit this game to a positive review. You would never suggest it to anyone, would you?
Actually, I would. It's a fun game. It's fast-paced, it's got awesome graphics, the character design is pretty friggin' awesome, and it's Star Wars. What more could you ask for?
What? No! No, damn it! No! You're supposed to hate this game! God! Ugh. You call yourself a reviewer? Bah! Video game grievances. That's the most preposterous name I've ever heard. You haven't reviewed a single game that has even lightly annoyed you. Fear, Oblivion, those were good games. Why don't you review an actual bad game for a change? Why don't you actually get pissed off for a change? Kind of like me right now. You don't deserve to live. You don't deserve to be a reviewer. You don't deserve a penis.
Smuggler for life. Although he does have a point. Ever since I've been doing this show, I haven't really reviewed a game that, well, quite frankly, pisses me off to the highest level of pistivity. And I've got quite a few. What game could I review that really sends me over the edge, that you guys would enjoy watching me review? Think. What game could I review that could do something like that?
Hey man, if you're looking for an annoying as hell game,